come out and play cold like that. Really wonderful. Just for the benefit, well, of all of us, really, do you know what spianato actually means?
Sort of spinning in a way. I thought sort of rolling.
No, it isn't spinning, actually. It means smooth. And it's, I just looked it up last night, actually, so, because I thought I might want to ask that question. I should certainly know the answer, but apparently it comes from an Italian word which has something to do with a carpenter's plane. So it's a descriptive word about, presumably, a smooth wooden surface when it's been planed down. Can we just try it again from the top and see what we can do with it? I don't know whether it was. It seemed as if it flowed a little bit more in the tempo. Just a little bit more. I think if you can really think it in two, you know, it would help that. In this sort of chorale-like section, I think it's quite important that the downbeat isn't emphasized on the second bar. So it's not the accent is and I think it's just a little bit more interesting. Can you try that too? Yeah, even it's better, but it's ya-da-da. That's the one phrase. Think, almost adjust the bar line in your mind when you play it. It obviously a little bit more, and think about that. But I think that's a little ingredient that might add some colour to that. Now, the Polonaise. I would have liked you to find, and you do delicate things so beautifully, I would have liked you to use that side of the palette more, and actually to couple that with a little less pedal at times. I mean, the pedaling in here I think is Chopin's, but it's, well, first of all, it is written for a very different piano. And even then, it's often very unimaginative. And I'm not quite sure why it's there. Sometimes Chopin just has pedal marks, one a bar, just for pages on end. And one can't imagine that what you presume would be such a sensitive player would have just pedaled once a bar, you know, like someone playing hymns. You know, this D flat, whatever you do with it, it will still be in our ears for a start. And of course, if you play it with an orchestra, you actually have them sustaining the chords. So I think there's no need actually to leave it on for the whole bar, because also then you have more room to do things with the sound. So if we could, we'll leave out this very awkward introduction, which was originally played by the orchestra, and it's very unpianistic, and maybe we can just go from the Meno Mosso. Opening theme. See, in a way, this piece has two different blocks of tempo possibilities. You have moments when you're playing with the orchestra, like where you just stop. Well, there's not much you can do, really, with the time. And then there are moments when you're playing on your own, and you are free. And I think that might be a useful guideline. I think it would be nice to find a difference between the two. Can you play this opening? It's actually sostenuto. Just find more whimsy about it, maybe. And also, still maybe a little less pedal. The actual, this is actually staccato. vivacity. I'm certainly not going to do much demonstrating with this piece because it's not a piece to read. But I just, in a little moment like that where you have the rest, that's a good opportunity to take a little bit more time. Try it again from the top of that section. That's coming better. I mean, you might want to, it's very hard to just do things, and you might want to think about the petting. There were moments possibly when there's a little not enough, and one might like to change that around a bit. But I think that's more in the right direction for me, a little bit lighter in touch. This trill, by the way, I think should be on the beat. Yeah. Yeah, but the opposite. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Can you do that staccato? Use the staccato of that. Yeah, I mean, it's actually sort of with a different touch from that, which is more legato. Let me just try that. Again, ya, ya. I think I'd rather than ya, ya. That's sort of important. A little coloring thing here. If you add the pedal or more pedal towards the end, then we can really get a crescendo to that. So if you do a little less at the beginning, sort of a half pedal or whatever, and then increase it as the run goes on. Can we try and see if we get that? Right. And while we're sort of in a playing mood, and as the piece is for piano and orchestra, it would be fun, possibly, to do the coda together, more or less as it would have originally been heard, with the two of us on the piano. So I'll give you 2 bars in. Except before I do, I wanted to mention about some of the accents in the coda which were missing. I mean, I heard it. Second beat here, and then on the third beat, and then on the fourth beat. See, they're sort of all over the place, and I think they add to the rhythmic spring. Okay.
Young Musician Masterclass, presented in association with Lloyds Bank, features the flautist Philippa Davis. That's next Monday here on BBC Two.